Beautiful Me, and another children's book that she's here to tell us all about, and whatever else she wants to talk to us about. Right here joining us today, Miss Lisa Hollis. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. So tell us a little bit about
Thanks.
yourself. You're welcome.
Okay, my name is Lisa Hollis. Um, I'm an author, children's author's book. I have two books at this present time. I'm also working administration at a hospital, and I love what I do. I love inspiring our young people, especially if we can. I feel like if we can go ahead and grab them at an early age, we
Right.
got them. So I'm an author, I'm a life coach, I'm a motivational speaker. I am the CEO, co-founder of an organization called Reach Back and Lift High, and we inspire mostly single moms. We try to get them where they need to go. So that's one of my passions.
Okay. So reach back and lift high. So how
Yes.
did you get into writing?
Well, actually, I started writing. It's really a gift, probably passed down from my mom. I saw her write, although she never had her stuff published before, but she was an excellent writer.
Mm-hmm.
And how I got inspired to write the book, Me and My Hair, was also, a hairdresser. And I was doing two little girls' hair. And
Right.
you know how to tell with a person's body language if they really love their hair or whatever they have on. And I saw their body language, and they did not know how to enhance their natural hair, their God-given hair. So
Right.
actually that's what made me go home, write a book for little girls to know who they are, to know their value, to
Mm-hmm.
accept their natural hair, whether it's long, short, or curly. So that's what inspired me to write my first book.
Awesome. Awesome. So this your first book is titled My Beautiful Hair.
The first one is, yes, Me and My Hair.
Me
Just
and My
Me and
Hair.
My Hair. Yes.
Me and My Hair. So
And
tell us
this
a
is
little bit. Okay. That's it. So Me and My Hair. So tell us a little bit about that book. What goes on in it?
okay. What goes on it is the book is actually named Me and My Hair. It's actually
Mm-hmm.
telling our little girls, first of all, because to me, we have a lot of nice, I'm gonna say nice, nasty little girls. They look really
Mm-hmm.
cute, but as soon as they open their mouth,
Oh,
we see a whole different story. So what
right.
inside the book, it is teaching our little girls, not just our little girls, but all little girls, that this hair, our face, our clothes is really superficial, and that we must I love ourselves from the inside out, because
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly where purification starts. It starts inside your heart, because what's in your heart is going to come out your mouth. I'm also
Right.
teaching our little girls to respect themselves. I
Mm-hmm.
think we've lost that value with our little girls. They don't know their valuability. And that's why you have a lot of bullying and picking, because they don't know who their true value is. So that's another life lesson in the book, Me and My Hair. And it's also because I see little girls that go through, unfortunately, cancer, and they
Mm.
lose all that. So it also lets them know if you have to wear a wig, it's okay. It's all right, because like I said before, beautification really starts on the inside out.
Awesome. Yeah, and that's so true. Beauty is only. Oh, they say pretty is only skin deep, but beauty has roots.
Yeah, and you see it when you see, especially a lot of little girls, and especially like 2 and 3 year olds,
Mm-hmm.
and they're really cute. You see them, they just you're like, oh, she's so cute. But when they open that mouth, you find out they little nice. I call them nice naughty, where they
Right.
just that superficial, just pretty. And
Mm-hmm.
also the Me and My Hair, I also have it in a Spanish version as well.
Oh wow.
So English and Spanish. We reached out and did that.
That's great. That's an amazing thing that you did, and you're now bringing not just only hair, um, featuring beautiful hair for little girls who wear natural hair, who have that what's known as kinky hair or rough hair, but also across the board for the Hispanic community and Latino community. So that's a great thing. So what is the
Right.
message?
I said we want to reach every nationality there is, because people, little girls suffer with low self-esteem.
Right.
So we're trying to build that self-esteem, knowing that, my hair, as you can see, is blonde and it's curly. But, one of my friends, they may have short, brown hair. And
Right.
another, because how the hair world is, we're revolving every day. So you just need to grasp a hold what you love, what you like, what you have, what God has given you, and enhance it. That's all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what is the message that you hope readers will get from your books, the Me and My Hair, or Me and My Beautiful Me, and titles like this?
Okay, so the second book is called Me and My Beautiful Me. This book, which is, I believe God has timing for everything. So this book actually came out right before George Floyd got murdered. And this book here is a lesson concerning your God-given skin, whatever you've been blessed with. You have to love your skin before you will know, before other people will love you. You have to love yourself. And the other lesson in it is the, I call it the pink elephant in the room, racism. And that's very, very much needed now, because actually, to me, prejudice, racism, that's taught to little kids. If you put two kids in a room, African American little girl, a Chinese girl, a Caucasian girl, unless they have been taught that there's a difference, they don't know. So I'm telling them that, especially parents, adults, you teach this to your children, and it's not right, it's not nice. And I'm hoping we can change generation here, so we're not experiencing exactly what we're experiencing now. So I believe this book was definitely came out on a good time.
Yes, it definitely sounds like it's on time, especially in today's society, because that was kind of my next question. What is the importance of this book, of the books like yours, especially Me and My Beautiful Me in today's society? And you went into how, just with the incident of how it came out right around the time that George Floyd passed away. And, racism was a big thing this past year. And so that is right on time. And,
Right.
and a
Definitely.
worthwhile read, seems like. So how do we purchase your book? Where can we get it? Your books, where can we get it? And where can we reach out to you?
Okay, my social media, I'm on Facebook. Facebook is author Lisa Hollis. Instagram, I'm KTRM4. Also, I have a YouTube channel. It's called Lisa M. Hollis. I also have a website, www.lisamhollis.com. That has a link there. You click on that link, you can purchase the book. And it's going to lead you actually to Amazon, because my books are sold on Amazon.com, Barnes and Nobles, Books A Million. It's so funny because we're in the process of upgrading my website as we speak, because my new book just came out. But you can purchase the books on Amazon.com. If you want a personalized autographed copy, I have no problem doing that. Reach out to me on Facebook. Just instant message me. I just want to know who you want the book written to, where I'm going to send it, and I can tell you the cost.
Awesome. That's great. And that's great to hear. And I'm glad that you are reaching out and connecting with people. I want to touch back on something that you said at the beginning of the interview. Reach back and lift high. If you don't mind touching on that, you said you that's a women's program where you talk to single mothers. What does that association do?
The association, actually, we're known for our vision board events we have, where we sit with not just single women, because we just sat with a company last year we specialize in single moms, because one time in my life I was a single mom. And what we do is, a lot of time life happens and we don't know what to do. you know what I'm saying, you get to a crossroad where you don't know, am I going left, am I going right? So we have the skills in order to sit down and talk with you, gear you in the right direction so you can reach your goals, what you were destined to do. Sometimes people just need a push, and to me, especially single moms, especially because sometimes they don't have that back system, you know, somebody helping them. So we tend to talk to single mothers, let them know resources that are out there for them, you know, all the help that they can get. But mostly our company starts with the first level of a vision board events. And that way we're able to sit down with them, do one-on-one life coaching, because sometimes you need somebody to help you to clear out. We have so many thoughts in our heads, you know, so we kind of able to let you focus on what you need to focus. We don't mandate, you know what I'm saying? We just kind of go to where you need to go.
So it's kind of like a safety circle, safety net, where you're just all supporting each other and striving to accomplish your goals and keep pushing for the best.
Right, and also, I know I can just speak from a lady's standpoint. When you sit around, you talk with other ladies, you figure out, and you know, you went through that too. Oh, I thought I was the only one, and this is how I came out. This is what I did. This is the method. This is the road. This is the path that I took. It's not necessary they have to take it, but it's ideas and it's suggestions, because sometimes life happens. And I know when life happens, sometimes it puts like a blinder on you, and you don't know where to go. So you just need someone to help you move those hands, and you're able to see.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely, I agree. And if you don't mind me asking, how does your women's group and the association that you're doing, where you're helping uplift women, and especially single mothers, how does that tie back into you being an author, and how does that support come in? And have the women that you now, I'm going to say, mentored and helped, like what has their response been to you being an author?
Well, I've gotten so much support from them. They're asking me, when are you going to come with the adult book, the ladies book? Which I'm working on, but you know, an adult book takes a little more time. You know what I'm saying? So I think the best thing that I received back from the ladies that we have mentored is when they actually reach their goal. We had one young lady that got out of jail. You know, she had been in prison for a while. So her goals were something that you and I take for granted.
Right.
To be able to register to vote. She wanted to learn how to cook a meal. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just stuff that we take for granted. And the highlight of my day was when she sent me a picture and she showed me she was now a registered voter.
That's awesome.
Tears just came because it's like she got it, you know what I'm saying? So she can go on to her next step. Another lady, she wanted to open a dance studio. You know what I'm saying? She had been sitting on it forever. And so when it all started coming together, you know, she contacted us. And when she got it done, we was able to celebrate with her, you know?
Right.
So she said for her, it was actually somebody holding her accountable for what she needed to do.
That is outstanding. So it sounds like you all are doing a lot of things. What's the name of the group again, just in case any women are interested in contacting you or maybe doing a vision board party?
Sure. They can reach out to me. Still on Facebook, Author Lisa Hollis. Just message me and tell me you're interested, and then we can get, you know, information, see because I know with the pandemic, you know, going on, we're not actually sitting with each other, but we are able to do, thank God for telephones, iPads, webinars, you know what I'm saying? You don't get that physical touch, but we offer the same services that way as well.
Absolutely. And that looks like some exceptional work you all are doing over there, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us? We're definitely not kicking you off, but we know that your time is valuable and you have a lot of creative things that you're doing, obviously.
Right. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for allowing me to come to your wonderful show, to be a participant. And I want to tell people that if you want to write a book, there's no magical, like 1 + 1 = 2. There's none. The thing is to decide, sit down, put some time to the side, and just do it. And just do it. And just do it. Because a lot of people think there's a method. 1 + 1 = 2, yes. But writing a book, some people put it on index cards, put it on their walls. That's how I started. Some people doing it in their laptop. However you want to do it, just do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Just do it, just get it started and keep it going, and you'll perfect it as you go on.
Exactly.
There are a lot of roads there. Well, thank you, Miss Lisa Hollis, again, and we look forward to hearing more great things from you and connecting with you in the future when you come out with more books. Feel free to come back on and reach out to us at any time where you want to talk again. And I appreciate the support that you're giving other people out there and the change that you're working on to see in the world. So thank you.
Thank you. You're awesome.
Thank you.
All right, you're watching Live in the DTV. We are joined today by Ms. Dr. Deven Tellis, who is a career educator of 14 years, a French teacher, a wife and mother of 2 children, Adrian, age 12, and daughter, Brianna, age 8. And they are her inspiration for her first book, This Who's to Say. She's a member of Alpha Kappa Iphis Sorority Inc., and she enjoys reading, writing, food, travel, and spending time with family. And she's joining us here today on Live from the DTV. How are you, Ms. Deven?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry, Dr. Deven. That official title on there. So
Yeah.
tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, you kind of summed it up. I do have a background in foreign language education, and recently here I've just kind of decided to branch out into writing. I've always been a writer, so it's a really exciting time for me to finally be able to see my writing works come to fruition. So I'm a mommy and a wife, of course, and all of that feeds into my inspirations for writing.
Right, absolutely. See where you got your inspiration. So tell us a bit about your book, Who's to Say?
Okay, so my book, Who's to Say, it's kind of bright, so you can see
There it is. Yep.
Yeah, it's a children's affirmation book, and it's the first in a series that I'm creating. My series is called the Amazingly Affirmed series. So it's all about uplifting our children, specifically Black and brown children, because that's who are featured as the main characters in these books. But just uplifting them, encouraging them to think positively and move with the I can do anything attitude, no matter who says what or no matter what they might tell themselves as far as self-doubt. So it's really that message that I'm trying to get across.
And that's message in your book. So just stay positive, and those are and it's an affirmation book.
Right. So this one specifically is about, if it's you personally that's in your head about, I can't do this, I can't do that. It's to encourage you to help you get out of your own way and help you to not let others way of how you feel about what you can do or what you want to do in life. So, I mean, it's a recurring phrase in the book, who's to say that I can't X, Y, and Z? Well, I'm going to do this anyway, So it's just, in my mind, I wrote this because I feel like the earlier you start that training yourself to think that way, the more successful you can be in the long run and realizing your true potential, because nothing can stop you if you're your biggest cheerleader. Who cares what other people say? You're going to do what you need to do.
I agree. And what are some of the messages, and I know the big message is just to believe in yourself, but what are some of the messages or some of the sayings in the book that you cover?
Oh, well, I can show a few pages that are my favorite pages. So this is one of my favorite pages. it's really bright. I might need to scoot back some so you can kind of see this. So it says, who's to say that I can't speak? Yes, I can. I will continue to use my voice to speak up and to speak out. So you've got the main characters here on this side, and it says, your attention, please. So to me, this is a very important part, just considering the times and, having to weigh in on different things that are happening in the world and feeling like your voice matters, knowing that your voice matters, no matter what you use your voice for, make sure it's something that's positive and make sure that it's valued. So your opinion matters and how you use your voice is important. This is also one of my favorite pages. Let's see better. It says, who's to say that I can't travel the world? Oh, but I can. I will forever embrace learning about new people and new cultures. So again, this kind of comes from my foreign language background in education, just being accepting and open-minded about differences and, knowing that people are going to be different, things are going to be different, but it's all about your mindset and how you approach those that is going to make or break that experience. So this page was very important for me to have in the book. And as far as traveling the world, absolutely. There's so much more to see outside of our day-to-day lives. And it's important that from an early age, kids know that there are other things out there and that they are, being encouraged to explore those things and do different things. So that's another important page. And the last one, that I wanted to highlight was this one in particular. And these characters are kind of made in the images of my two children. So it's kind of cool to see them on the page. So this will be kind of like my son, Adrian. It says, who's to say that I'm not athletic? Oh, yes, I am. I will skillfully exercise my mind and body to prepare for any competition. So it was important for this page to be in the book because, a lot of, I guess, Black and brown children, we are kind of, they're pigeonholed into being the athlete and maybe that's it and nothing more will come of them. Well, I wanted to kind of include that aspect in the book, but put a different twist on it. If you can see, he's visualizing himself crossing the finish line. Yeah. And I also made it a point to say mind and body, because you can have an athletic mind, you can have an athletic body, but it's preparing for the race of life or the competition of life. So on and off the court, sports aside, you need to prepare mentally and physically for things that you're going to go up against. So those are some of the things in the book.
Yeah, and those are some tremendously important messages, especially that last one there. I think most of us, if not all of us, can relate to just preparing mentally and physically, being physically ready, of having our bodies healthy, and then being mentally prepared for what might come our way. You never know. You don't know what's coming, but you're gonna be in a healthy state, taking care of yourself, and that's just with the everyday things, and eating healthy and rest and hydrating, and then the mental studying. Be careful what you watch. Not playing, for our young people, playing too many video games, watching too much TV.
Absolutely. It's got to be a balance, and you got to get that stamina in place because it's a marathon, definitely not a sprint.
Absolutely, I agree. How did you yourself get? I know you said you were a teacher, of course, but started into actual writing. I know you said this is your first book, but what got you fascinated with the craft of writing?
So whenever anybody asks me that, my answer is always, I've always been a writer. And it's kind of like not one of those things that people encourage you to do as far as a way of living or supporting your family when you're coming up. So it's not something that I leaned heavily into. I started writing as early as second grade. We had a school newspaper, press club, and I started off interviewing our mayor in the city of Birmingham at that time, and just got to do a lot of fun projects. And my parents encouraged my writing skills, but again, I never really thought of it as a big to do. I still have my first article. It's framed on the wall. My mom had it matted, so that's really cool. And I've just always been writing. So from there on to the school literary magazines, I was senior class poet. So it's always been in me. And, once I, got married and started a family, I kind of put it on the back burner. But here lately, just having time at home with the family and all of that, I decided to try to start tapping into things again that make me feel most like me and things that were enjoyable. And writing has always been that and done that. And it just kind of happened that, this book series came about and I was able to, use my talents for that and weave in my experiences from being a mom and just having grown over the years. So that's kind of led me to where I am right now.
All right, that is amazing. Amazing story. So always being a writer and then just encouraging different and looking towards different avenues of writing, from writing in the newspaper to now purposely your first book. For those, and you've done the journey, well, part of the journey now, and are getting started in it, but for those looking to get into and feeling like, okay, maybe I want to be a writer and I want to get a book started, what are some tips or some pitfalls that might come with that you would, some advice that you would give to people?
I guess my advice would be to first believe in yourself. Don't get in your own way. If you feel like you have something that you want to do as far as writing, I say step out there and do it. Just be brave. If it makes you afraid, do it afraid. Do it anyway. As far as navigating all of the ins and outs, there's so many resources out here, and I would just encourage anyone who's interested to do your research first. And don't be too swift to, sign on to anything or, get into any type of contract or something like that that's over your head. So do your research, join Facebook groups, kind of, figure out where your lane is in the writing. And with regard to writing, do you want to write poetry? Do you want nonfiction? Do you want to write your memoir? There's so many different avenues. And then there's people out there who are willing to share their knowledge. So join these communities on Facebook and social media that, have a positive sharing atmosphere. There's enough out here for all of us. And truly, that's been a saving grace in this process for me, just connecting with other people who are also on this writing journey and being willing to share information and share experiences. It really has helped it to be a, almost seamless process.
Right. And that's the key behind it, is to kind of just get that high guidance and get that help from others who have done it, who are in the process of doing it, even if they're not that far ahead of you. Hey, if they're one step ahead, that's something that you don't have to sit and think about.
Absolutely.
Hours
and support means it all.
Exactly.
Support helps.
Exactly. And then you can fall back and give back as you learn. What's the important, especially to, as you said, Black and brown children, of your book in today's society and our community?
For me, like I said, my children are a huge part of my why for this series. And, I'm finding that adults need to hear it too. With regard to today's society, we just need more positivity in general, more uplifting things in the world to look at and take in, because there's just so many negative things happening, so much negativity, that you don't want that to become ingrained in your spirit, and you don't want to become just kind of used to that. So right. On that note, I think that it's relevant just to put some more positivity out there into the world. On a second note,
I think you may have got disconnected. Miss Tellis, are you still there? Okay.
But yeah, that's all I was saying, is that it was important for me to be able to put something out there.
Oh, okay, I don't know if that's me or you. One second, let me check my connection.
Okay.
Yeah. It looks like it's good. It's got 3 bars. Well, the 3, little parts.
Yeah, I've got all of my bars too.
Yeah, that's strange. First time I ever had it doing an interview.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So can you really start over on the question so that will be make sure we have it. Luckily, this isn't actually going out live, so all our interviews are recorded. So that's the good thing about it. So
Okay, cool.
what's the importance? I'll set you up again. So what's the importance of a book like yours? Of your book? Who's to say in today's society, especially in the communities of our Black and Brown children?
Okay, so I guess this answer for me is going to be twofold. So first of all, the message is just putting something that's positive out into the universe. So right now, with everything that's going on, there's so much negativity that we're bombarded with in the news and media, and kids have to deal with a lot. And I just feel like we need more positive messages out there to encourage them and just to switch it up a bit. It gets really tiring having to carry around or be exposed to so much negativity on a regular basis. So number one, that's how I feel like this book is relevant, even this book series, because my next two books will be, along the lines of affirmations and positivity as well. Secondly, representation matters. We're in, at the heels of the Black Lives Matter movement and, lots of other movements like that are going on presently. And I'm pretty sure that anyone who's not in the majority is out there trying to find a place where they fit in the world, where they can relate, where they feel like they are at home, where they feel like they are represented. So this was kind of my nod to, helping ease that a little bit and featuring characters that look like our little brown babies. And these look like my kids. So they were really excited to see somebody that looks like them in a book. And it's not an everyday thing, and we need more of it.
Absolutely. And that's going to lead me to my next question. What's the importance of children seeing themselves represented, and even people in general seeing themselves represented in our art, in our books, movies, in things, in creative aspects?
Yeah, this kind of goes back to the main message of the book. It's just you can do anything you put your mind to, and no matter what anyone says, you control what you want to do and who you can be, who you become. And when we start exposing just people or kids in general to the possibilities, that opens up your mind, and that opens up plans and potential for what could be. Whereas if you are just kind of confined to a little box and that's all you ever see and do, you don't know any better or to do any better. So definitely putting all of these ideas out there as, these are things that people are doing and you can do it too, is very important, just to broaden their horizons and starting the process early of dreaming and, wanting to explore all of these things to find out who the best you is going to be is what I'm all about.
Absolutely, and that's a great message behind it, and finding yourself, finding the best version of yourself, and finding the best version of you. Even if that is multiple versions, because some of us
absolutely, we've all well-rounded, and all different facets of everything make us up. So it's very important.
Exactly. Is there? Where can we purchase your book?
So my book is for sale on my website. It's www.drdevencreates.com. And I do sell autographed copies from my website. So if you're looking for a personalized gift for someone, that would be a great route to go. For those of you who are 2-day shipping types of people, my book is also available on Amazon. If you search my name, it should pop up there as well.
So drdevencreates.com, and you can even get an autographed copy from there, which I highly recommend. Or alternatively, it's on Amazon. Just search Dr. Deven.
Yep, Dr. Deven Creates. And you can actually just search Deven Tellis. It'll pop up on Amazon.
On Amazon. Good to know, Ms. Deven. And is there anything else you'd like to share with us? We're absolutely not working you off, but we know that you're a mother, a teacher, and are writing some more books, so we know you're busy late.
Yeah, I will be writing 2 more books. I have a publishing company now. It's called Quintessential Publishing House, and that's something else that I kind of came upon in this writing journey. And it's important to be able to publish your own books if you can, and have all the rights to your creative property. So that kind of comes under the umbrella of Quintessential Publishing. And I hope to one day, once I really get my feet wet into how all those things work, to help some other people, possibly moms who are, wanting to get published, to have a story they've been sitting on for a while, and just kind of share with them or mentor them and with what I've learned along the way. So Quintessential Publishing House is up and running, and I will be releasing my second and third books of the series from my publishing company. So I'm excited about that. And we are also going to be making a coloring activity book to accompany all 3 books. So it should be a great package deal when we get done with it. Probably early summer, we should be done with all 3. So that's what I'm working on right now.
Okay, and that's phenomenal. We're looking forward to hearing more from you and seeing your books published out of Quintessential Publishing House.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
and you can find out more about that on my website as well. I have a tab for that if you're just interested.
Okay. And that website, drdevencreates.com, correct?
That's correct.
All right. Now, is that the only way we keep up with you, or do you have any social medias, people that really
Well, I do.
want to know everything that you do?
Oh, yes. Well, I'm here to tell you it all. So I do have 2 Instagram pages. I'm Dr. DMT on Instagram. So that's DEE, the letter M, and then TEE. And then I also have a page for my publishing house. It's just quintessential_books. So those pages are kind of linked and related on Instagram. So you can definitely follow me in that regard.
Okay. Dr. DEEMT on Instagram and quintessential_books on Instagram. Follow those 2 pages to keep up with Dr. Deven Tellis, her upcoming book, and whatever other projects she decides to take on. So we thank you so much for joining us. Miss Tellis, can you tell us one more time who you are, where you're joining us from, and let people know what they're watching?
Absolutely. My name is Deven Tellis. I am from the greater Birmingham, Alabama area. So it's been a being on here, and I thank you for having me.
All right, thank you. Okay, I think we got it. So great job and great interview.
Yay.
And oh, how much is your book?
It's $14.99 for a soft cover, and it's $17.99 for hardback.
Okay, so you got a hardback cover and a soft cover. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm. And I think on Amazon, they just do whatever they want to with pricing. My hardback on Amazon is probably over $20 right now.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure why.
They do.
But on my website, my prices stay how I set them. So
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, Amazon does a lot of weird stuff. It's kind of.
Yep.
But that's why it's good to have your own website too.
Yeah,
Okay.
Definitely.
So 2 more things. Can I just get a small soundbite from you? Our show is mainly focused online. We do broadcast out of a local internet station, which I think you were on. I was looking at your Facebook page. You were on one of them. You were on. Yeah, you were on Detroit. Right, we run Detroit W88.1.
Oh, that lady. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So I saw you on there, and that we're connected with that station. So
Okay.
that's the radio portion. Our portion we're on is actually in internet radio side. So
Okay.
mainly our, we
Cool.
focus on the internet side, but it's 3 stations in that radio station. It's the TV part, a radio part, and then the internet TV / internet radio part. So we're affiliated with the internet TV and radio part. But
Okay.
and it's Black owned, so that's where we broadcast.
Cool. That's what's up.
Yes, ma'am. And we mainly focus on doing a lot of our marketing and advertising on Facebook. So that's where when we see you use a link for the show, you'll be able to send it to friends and family and let them watch it there, or post it to your Facebook page. With that, so again, we're in the process of running our show. So you can see it right there. It says Live in the DTV. That's our name of our channel. So can we get a soundbite of you saying your name and then your book title, and then tell them that you're watching live in the DTV for motivational purposes?
Do I need to show my book when I say my book name? Like, are they gonna
You
see
can,
me?
absolutely you can.
Okay. Well, it's back there.
Okay.
So, because my light is making it the hardcover.
Yeah, that's right about a little more forward. Right about there is good. Yep, right there is good.
Okay.
Okay,
Just
so you know you
whenever.
once again. Yeah, I'll start. I'll set you up. Can you tell us
Okay.
who you are, the name of your book, and wait, and tell us, let people know what you're. Can you tell us who you are, the name of your book, and let people know what they're watching?
Certainly. This is Dr. Deven Tellis. I'm author of Who's to Say, and you're watching Live in the DTV.